maybe standing in the way of their own happiness. We have this Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So this is what's saying basically someone needs to communicate, someone needs to speak up. Now, this could be in the context of a romantic pair. This could also be something at work where you need to tell your boss what's going on, or you need to stand up for how you would like to be treated in a friendship or with a family member. But we've got someone here who has the presence, right? Knows how to say what they need to say, but they haven't said it yet. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box, along with more information on how to become a member, as well as how to find my Etsy shop if you're interested in a homemade soy candle. Let us begin. Should we go with? I know all of you, well, not all of you, but I tend to hear very frequently that I should not crack my knuckles, but I like it so much. Hello, Josh. How you doing today? Happy Toys Day. Oh, we got a Mother's Day one, huh? It is coming up. I actually already gave my mom her gift. Hello, Sarka. How are you doing today? So we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. This is seeming to be more so about family, or it could be like talking to a spouse where you already have children with them, because I am seeing this as confirmation it's a family reading. And we also have the Two of Pentacles, which to me, gosh, I can't imagine why, has always been about very similar individuals. So I don't feel like this is, two people who have just been on a couple dates. This is a structured family unit. And there's someone here who is breaking the rules. So it could be there's, I don't know, like a family reunion, or there's a family emergency or something along those lines. And someone here is like, you guys got it right. I don't need to do anything, right? I don't want to help, kind of thing. Mother's Day is coming up. Maybe it's about someone expecting their sibling to take care of everything and they can just show up, take credit for it. Oh, I hope that goes well for you. And hello, Pearl Jam, or Pearl James. You tell me. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, is it Seal? How are you doing? If you would like me to do a question for you at the end of the general reading, I'm happy to do that. If you attach your question to a super chat, or if you'd like to, you can also donate a membership to someone else in the chat, and then I'll add you to the list. Hello, Ronaldo. How are you doing? So we've got the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, Three of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a family obligation or responsibility, and maybe, one person's doing what they need to and then some, and another person's like, I don't want to do anything. You guys got it, right? You got it covered. So this could be making sure that you visit someone when they're in the hospital, making sure that you are offering assistance to a new mother, right? There is a failure to do like the bare minimum here by someone, this Knight of Pentacles. They feel like it's no big deal. And I think this King of Pentacles, who has been doing everything, is frustrated. Like, why do I have to be the responsible one? Why can't we at least like share in this workload? So we have the Wheel of Fortune, there's my answer, and the Lovers. The reason is one of these family members is caught up in a little romance. So they are letting their obligations fall by the wayside. Now, some of this could also be pertaining to like actual labor, right? Well, that's not to say that having a child isn't labor. But this failure to do something that they should be doing could be, taking care of an aunt or an uncle or grandma, grandpa, or even just the parents, right? Taking care of their yard or shoveling if there was snow, trimming the hedges, Why is it this King of Pentacles has to do everything when there's someone else here, another sibling or another person in the family that could be helpful? So, this Queen of Wands needing to speak up, this is someone who needs to say, look, I've been doing everything while you're over here, like gallivanting around. I need you to also do something, right? I need you to contribute. Hello, Under, how are you doing? Hello, Jag, what's up? What else? Queen of Swords. Justice, and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Patience is wearing thin. And I feel like we have our Queen of Wands, who is also the King of Pentacles. They're deciding it's time to say something. I'm going to set some expectations. Look, I've been doing the bulk of the work here, and I think it's only fair that you take over this, or that you mow the lawn, or you do some weeding, or you give grandpa a ride to church, whatever it is. So I can actually do something that I would like to do, and have a little bit of a semblance of my own life, right? So we have the Hermit and the Five of Swords. Like, you're ruining my ability to just like have downtime. You're ruining my ability to, I don't know, finish my studies or get prepared for a project at work. This is someone who's saying, I'm not going to keep doing all of the labor, all of the work, all of the driving or whatever, just so that you can be over here flirting with your new person. Hello, Mark. How are you doing? Hello, Redbeard. I hope you're having a good day. And thank you, Ronaldo. Hello, Cherry. How are you doing? Five of Cups in the reverse and Death. There's also part of this conversation seems to be you need to take advantage of the time that we still have with this person. So it could be a responsibility or set of responsibilities tied to an older individual or someone who has had some medical complications. And this Queen of Wands is saying, look, it might be real easy for you to ignore this right now, but you might get to a point where you regret ignoring them. You might get to a point where you wish you had actually spent some time with that person. Moon in the reverse. Knight of Swords. And the King of Cups in the reverse. The problem is we do seem to have whoever's like shirking their responsibility or not willing to share in the work. This is somebody who doesn't seem to care. I do think this is someone who's pretty selfish. So I think I've seen it a few times where in, a set of siblings or children, you might have particularly like the older child being extremely responsible, having had to take on some of those chores or whatever when they were children. This could be like the older child trying to get their younger sibling, probably actually adults though, right? To share in the responsibilities of their parents getting older or someone else in the family. And this King of Cups in the reverse, this is our person who's not wanting to help, right? They're like, I don't care. I'm busy living my own life. I don't want to do that. Honestly, this feels to me like someone who's just waiting for the inheritance, and I don't like that. They're like, yeah, I know, they're not doing so great, but like, I've got stuff to do. Empress, Nine of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. They're like, you know, doesn't matter. I'm still in the will. And with this Nine of Pentacles, I'm kind of wondering if we have our Queen of Wands contemplating having a chat with a lawyer. Like, maybe we shouldn't be allowing this person to use the family cabin. Maybe the will needs to be updated. There is something here about one child, adult child, being very supportive and helpful, and another one just not really caring. Another one being okay with this person, you know, getting help from medical professionals, but they don't want to have a hand in it. Very hands off, like, whatever. But I think they're waiting for money. I think they're like, yeah, I mean, like, it's nice to see you on holidays or whatever, but I don't really want to be like responsible for anything that you need. And oh, by the way, how much was it that you're going to leave me? Can I get your car when you're gone? That kind of thing. Oh, happy birthday to your friend. And Casper, you're welcome to come back if you would like to not judge people on their beliefs. Otherwise, I would encourage you to find a different channel. You're not going to convince me. Hello, what's up, Quagmire? So do you have like super muscle on one side and nothing on the other? What's up, Dracula? Mm-hmm. So I think there might be an update to the will coming. I think there might be someone who's maybe they're getting like free rent or they're borrowing someone's car. I think there's going to be like a decision that says, hey, since you don't actually care to visit your family member, or, you know, you just seem to like always have an excuse to not help the family, then we're going to take that into consideration. Because there's like a tightening of the purse strings here. So there's communication from this Queen of Wands to their sibling. Something along the lines of, hey, you know, I've been taking care of Aunt Susie for a real long time. I'd really like to take Mother's Day off and spend time with my own, you know, kids, whatever they're saying. They're giving this person an opportunity to step it up. Maybe you would like to take over for the brunch. Maybe you'd like to give them a ride to church or to book club or whatever. And this King of Cups in the reverse is like, I'm busy. You got that though, right? I mean, you're better at it, right? And it's unbeknownst to them, it's their opportunity to salvage some sort of financial benefit that they have taken for granted, or some sort of inheritance that they are assuming is theirs. And I think then things change. Okay, if you don't want any skin in the game, if you're not going to be helpful with this person that you're related to, then I think we really need to consider, you know, updating things, because you don't really seem to care about this person. Hello, Ernest. How are you doing? Hello, Ryder. Yes. I think the important thing is to keep in mind that nobody knows everything. I don't know everything. No one knows everything. So to be able to discuss beliefs with an inherent respect for those that might think things are different than what you believe is the best way to ensure that, number one, you have intelligent people around you. Number two, that you don't come off as a jerk. And number three, you might learn something, right? We don't have to be like best friends only with people that have the exact same like photocopy beliefs, right? But when you start off the conversation with, by the way, you're doomed. You're gonna go to fire and brimstone. Like that's gonna be your address, you know. Oh, me? Oh, I'm perfect. I'm gonna be in heaven. That's when I start to have an issue with it. Let's have a conversation without being like the looking down the nose part, right? Oh, hello, Marcus. Are you asking just to like make my point for me? So I actually have. I'm going to show this to you actually because this is one of my favorite things. Okay, like 15 years ago, I bought this for Halloween, of course, and it hangs on my wall to remind me that I actually love this word because I think a lot of women, just for being smart, were burned at the stake. Just for using herbs or remedies that may have been, oh Lord, unproven, you know? And so I think it's kind of funny to have that on my wall, but I also don't think it's funny to start off a conversation by saying, hey, are you a witch? That's a little rude. What if I started off my conversation with, hey, just curious, are you a loser? Because there's connotations with those words, right? Maybe, Marcus, you could start out your conversation like more so like what's going on in the live stream. But I would say yes, like Redbeard says. I think I'm a good witch. I don't like that word with certain people, but I embrace it because I think that well, we'll just leave that alone. I think intention is a big part of it. And so when we have witch being used as the operative word, I think there's a lot of connotations or assumptions being made. Like I sit in my basement and make like love spells, or all of my enemies incur my wrath. But I think more importantly, it's about accepting that there is something a little bit strange, that I have a gift or that I see things differently, and try to use that in order to benefit those around me. It's not a selfish thing. I'm not out here trying to put love spells on people or, make $1 million or anything like that. So I do bristle a little bit when that's the first thing that somebody says. Hello, how's it going? I can't. Hmm. So, Ernest, are you saying you're trying to find a way to irritate people? Ronaldo's correct. We all cast spells. The reason they're called spells is because it's letters, words, right? I would just say, Marcus, in general, it's probably not the best first question. Like, there are some people who will say, are you an astrologist? Are you Wiccan would be probably a better way to ask that versus are you a witch? Wiccan is a word that will show respect for nature and doesn't come across as accusatory, right? She doesn't make eyeball soup if that's what you're asking. That's funny. See, Ernest, I'm from Minnesota originally, and we just, I don't know, I grew up calling everyone guys. Hey, you guys. Hello, Janet. How are you doing? I do personal questions after the general reading. Please feel free to attach your question to a super chat if you'd like me to address it. Yes, energy worker, good point, is a more updated version of the word witch. So I guess the answer is yes, but I think that there's a better way to start that conversation. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. And the Six of Swords in the reverse. Oh no. So we have this conversation, likely between adult siblings, regarding taking care of or being there for a family member. And this King of Cups in the reverse is like, nah, I'm busy. I know you'd like me to be the one to do that, or I know you'd like a day off, but I want to go to the local arcade with my boo. So, no, thank you. Little do they know that they're actually, I think, impacting their finances or the estate will by declining. It's possible. I like it right here. This is the Marigold Tarot. We have the Hanged Man, the Queen of Rings, or Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Two of Cups in the reverse. So it's a loyalty test. You know, let's give you a chance to show up, to prove that you could be a contributor if you were given the opportunity. But instead, we have the Two of Cups in the reverse. We have someone with like a falling out. Like, okay, you're going to let us down one more time. Okay, you're not going to show up to, you know, the Sunday brunch, whatever it is. They're tuned out. They still want the benefits from that family. Six of Rings. This is literally the card that can talk about inheritance. So they still want an inheritance, but they don't care about the actual relationship. They just expect to be still taken care of or gifted things. Ten of Wands in the reverse and the Three of Cups. Yeah, they're like the golden child. Like, I just expect you to always give things to me, right? But they have put too much pressure on this relationship. They have disappointed their mama. Not a good look. Not a good look. So I think someone might be a little bit surprised to see what transpires after this conversation. Knight of Swords in the reverse, Seven of Rings or Seven of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. All right, so we gave you this opportunity to invest or be a part of the group or to assist your family member or show up for once, right? Even if it was just out of kindness for your sibling to have a day off or to have less weight on their shoulders, but instead you continue to think about yourself. I think they're being written out of the will. Or if they're getting something, you know, prior to someone's passing, like, oh, you can live in their place, or, you know, you don't have to pay rent, or you can use their bicycle. Bicycle. It's changing. That's not going to be a thing anymore because you didn't come visit that person, because you didn't want to show that you actually care about them. We have the Three of Cups, Eight of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. They have spoken. Oops, sorry, we already had the Three of Cups over here. I think there's a lawyer being contacted. I think there's some change. This is the Voyage of the Soul. Oh, asking the big questions, huh, Luna? Does that mean, am I to take from that that you've never actually been able to spend quality time with a pretty girl? Pretty girl, pretty girl. That's what I'm assuming from it. What else do we have? Metamorphosis, Vessel, and Guidance. Change. Transformation, renewal, revolution, rebirth. Vessel, body, nourishment, wholesome, nutrition, and health. And guidance, a helping hand, ask and receive, spirit team, friends, and soul family. A helping hand is what's coming through. You have an opportunity to actually participate in the care of somebody that we all care about, right? In terms of their health, making sure they get what they need. And since you're not willing to change and assist with that, then something else is going to change. Vivid imagination, lucidity, creativity, visions, and clairvoyance, awakened, eyes open, awareness, spiritual quest and epiphanies. So I think the person who is in charge of the will, the person whose health may be failing, they're updating it. And they're saying, I don't think I can continue to offer the support that I have when it doesn't ever seem to cross this person's mind that they should, participate or be around or help, It's just expectation without any kind of, contribution. And it's all because this person's out here getting laid instead. Too thirsty. Like, it's not like they're out here saying, I'm sorry, I'm too busy going to school, or, I work 80 hours a week. It's literally their free time is dominated by someone who's not wearing clothes, okay? Thank you, Redbeard. This is the... No, we don't want that one. This is the Fairy Godmother Oracle. I'm kind of expecting the word shame to come out, but we'll see. Blossoming. So this, I think, is in reference to someone who's trying to say, look, I don't have time to help because I'm falling in love with someone. I'm knocking boots. I don't have time to help with Granny's basement that needs to be cleaned. I'm too busy having a good time. But thank you, everyone else, for doing that. That's great of you. I'm, at the beach. They don't even have good excuses. It's, I'm too busy having a good time, so I don't want to visit my family. You see what that says? I know it's backwards, but do you see what that says? Shame. They're going to feel shame for not helping, even if it's not until, like, the money's impacted that they feel that. What else do we have? Hanged, oops, sorry. It looked like the Hanged Cat, but it's actually the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords in the reverse. And the Page of Swords. Okay, this looks like you need to return this vehicle or you need to move out. Or here's an updated copy of the will. Someone's being told your decision to not participate in the family functions, your decision to not help out the person who you're expecting an inheritance from, it has consequences. So now that King of Cups in the reverse, who is out gallivanting around, probably spending frivolously because they're expecting more money. There's that Hanged Cat card that I was talking about. See why? It's like kind of similar, right? The cat hanging out. They're not going to get what they want. This is a difficult moment for them. They might have been assuming, oh, I get to like move into the family farm, or I get to take over the, I don't know, really expensive car collection that you have. Nope, no you don't. You can have like, I don't know, that old couch This is someone learning there will be no financial gain for you because you did not care about the person that needed you. You were too focused on selfish pursuits. So, King of Cups in the reverse, you're not getting what you want. Now, this sibling who has actually shown up, they're going to get a bigger slice of the pie, or maybe there's going to be a charity that gets their portion. Hello, Malakea, how are you doing? Three of Wands in the reverse, Knight of Cups in the reverse. That's not fair. Why would you do that? I'm just busy. Because we specifically told you that we needed your help on something and you said, no thanks, I'm like going on vacation. No thanks, I'm living my best life. There are consequences to that choice that they made. And it impacts the money that they were counting on or that they were assuming they would have as an inheritance. Queen of Cups, Five of Pentacles in the reverse, Three of Cups, Eight of Cups in the reverse. Too little, too late. Now this King of Cups in the reverse is like, oh, so what do I need to do? I can take you to brunch. Will you put me back in the will? No. Because now you see it as incentivized. Now you see it as a requirement. The question was, would you do what you're supposed to do out of the goodness of your heart? Or are you just all about the Benjamins, right? Are you just trying to cash out? Because that ain't cool. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I might be back real quick with another one. I have to double check and see if I need to record some shorts for you all. But thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. And I will see you in the next reading. Toodles.